Okay guys, now that I've shown you how to shrink the glass, I'm going to show you how to apply it now. So this door has been taken off by the customer, so we're going to use that to our advantage. I'm going to take this out of the way so it's not giving me any problems. So we're going to wet our surface, wet our glass completely, and we're going to use stainless steel knife and start at the top and try to get all that gunk out. So the trick to this is to try and have a consistent pattern all the way through. Make sure that all your strokes are overlapping one another by at least 40 to 50%. Okay. A lot of times students will do this and leave a bunch of gaps in between. You don't want to do that. Look at the difference between this glass that's been scraped and this side where it's been overlapped. You don't want to leave any empty space. %80 of a good tint job is always due to the cleaning process. Maybe even more than 80%. So this glass previously had film on it, so as I continue to scrape lower and lower, I'm getting glue residue. So I'm going to try to focus on getting all that residue off. You can hear all that glue gun coming out. Look at that. So this customer was offered our services to remove film, and he declined. He decided to remove it himself. So just doing little touch-ups. And overall, he did a pretty good job. I mean, there's hardly any residue left, but there's still some. Typically what I'll do is once I've scraped a glass completely, I'll get on it really nice and close and make sure that I got all the residue off, or at least most of it. And then go back at it again if I need to. I'm going to do it just one more time just for safety. I'll grab a towel, wipe my edges. Start at the middle. I'm going to split the glass in half, work on one side first, then go to the other side. With time, you'll get speed and agility. Right now, that is not a concern. Take your time. think it's as clean as possible, so now I'm going to do my final squeegee. I'm going to spray the whole glass one more time with a clean towel. I'm going to wipe the edges, make sure there's no dirt that's going to fly into my film. I start at the top in the bottom corner and wipe it off. I'm going to soak the edges, the bottom and the other edge, and I want to mist the whole glass. You want to make sure you don't have any dry spots for this. I'm going to come and grab my film, do it carefully. Make sure your film is completely wet. No dry spots. You want to make sure your fingers are nice and wet as well. Grab it from both ends. Let it naturally curve over. I'm just going to place the bottom half first. Carefully. I'm going to ease it down into the bottom gasket and the side gasket. Give it a little wiggle. If the film feels like it's stuck, pick it up, spray it one more time. Just let that water seep down. Come into this gasket carefully. Make sure you're not going too far because you don't want to be left with a short film on this side. Pick it up. Try to find the sweet spot between this edge and this edge. Now for a frameless window, it's okay if the film overlaps, like here, because we can always shave that. But for a beginner, you don't want to be put in a position to where you have to shave if you're new at it. So try to leave what's called a micro gap on the top edge. So you kind of just run your finger through the top. You should see a little hairline gap on the top and the side. Okay. Once I've gotten it somewhat where I feel comfortable with it, I'm going to spray it one more time. And now I can start squeegeeing. I'm going to start in the middle, just like when we razor blade it. Come across and across. Okay. Now I'm going to go downward, since this is an open framed. Making sure you always overlap your squeegee strokes. Gotten most of the moisture out. I'm going to spray it one more time. Now I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure. That was light pressure at first. A little bit more pressure. Now I'm holding the glass because I don't want it to flap all the time. So. So for the top, what I'll do is I'll grab a nice clean triangle card with a clean towel, dry preferably, and I'll just kind of bump the edges dry. Sometimes I'll even grab a towel, wrap it around my tool, and squeegee it out to get all the moisture out nice and dry. the edges. Okay. And it's pretty much done.